Hello, welcome back. In this video, we are going to be clearing a lot of the main blocks to manifesting, creating, and most importantly, receiving. So we have a lot of thoughts, we have a lot of limitations in terms of what we think is possible for us. We create these upper limits in our life, these kind of glass ceilings where we only believe we deserve so much. We only feel worthy to receive, or perhaps we just don't know what it's like above that ceiling. So we can, bring in the example of money where, let's say we make, $50,000 a year and we've never made more than $50,000 a year. And so there's a comfort level there, and we might begin to receive messages that we either don't deserve more or aren't able to get more, or maybe that's kind of around where your parents were at. So however these are created, there are some really core energies that are underneath here that I'm going to bring up. We're going to just briefly talk about them, but most importantly for this video, this is going to be an energy clearing for you. Okay, so if you're not in a space to receive right now, I mean, certainly you can listen to this if you're driving, but I would recommend to be, in a place where you can be still, you can open up and receive, because we're going to really go in there and start to clear some of these out. And in this process, what we're beginning to do today, we are going to be weaving this into the whole course. Like, we're really going to look at and explore as a group what is in the way of our manifestations. So I've got some notes here that I want to focus on as we do the clearing. So let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths. And I have a little reference here, but I would like for you, as you're breathing and kind of settling in, taking those really nice, big, deep breaths, think about for yourself, where have you wanted to create something? What are maybe some goals that you've wanted to achieve that haven't come to fruition? And then kind of feel into, what's beneath that, right? So just go ahead and bring that into the energy. And I'm going to kind of start with my list here. So one of the reasons why we are unable to manifest what we are desiring and wishing is we don't feel worthy, we don't feel deserving of it. So there's something in our energy, in our experience, our beliefs. So we're really going to we're going to ask to bring in all the energies, the thoughts, the beliefs, the emotions, the experiences that have been, implanted in our bodies, our consciousness, our subconsciousness, and we're going to ask to clear it at all these levels and layers. Okay, so all the energy of feeling unworthy to receive, where we do not feel we deserve it. And what I'm hearing here too is there's some shame. So anywhere there's a sense of wrongness about ourselves, or we are ashamed and therefore we don't deserve. So take a deep breath. And we're going to ask to lift this up and clear it out. I'm going to be kind of intermingling some light language. This one might take a little while. As I'm kind of diving in here, I'm kind of feeling like there's going to be a lot to cover. So just kick back and receive. So we're asking all the levels and layers of unworthiness and undeserving and any related shame to uproot, to clear out. Itara haraketana orapatanama arashotoro sotoro kia tanimere korkwa. Itanaria sotoro repanaria tareama arashatia kor shutiria sataria mere shoturia namakari kia toroki. And asking to replace this with this sense of knowing that you are deserving, like it is your birthright to be a powerful creator and to explore this earth and your life in a very joyous way. Tore sotoriana Maria Toria Tarikia Taro Orahanaro Koshanama Arashatria Sotoriko Maarikia Tere Lahariki. So the next thing that's popping in here is where we've had to, this is a fear-based energy where we've had to protect ourselves, and therefore we're much more in a very exaggerated masculine state of being where we're feeling like we have to do it, we have to be in control, we got to get it done. And that also blocks our receiving because we didn't feel safe to be in this space. We didn't feel safe to be supported. We didn't feel safe to not be in that driver's seat. So we're going to ask to bring all the energies around that to come up, all the thoughts, all the levels of consciousness. Etoria Shariana also Doreanare Satarianare Ashotiana Maaya Shokuru Shutriasha Etaria Sotoriana Yetano or Patanama Araketana Yatoro or Kutana Harakia Shokoroki. So what I'm hearing for this one as well is, this expression of needing to protect oneself and kind of be in that driver's seat of control was needed. And it was certainly part of an older paradigm of the world that we existed in, where there was much more separation and much more density. And so the message that just came through is like we can really now believe, we can believe and step into the new paradigm. We can believe in that we are on the new earth, and we can create from this newer reality of unity, of greater states of divine connection, and an expansive state of creative expression, because that's really what manifesting is this creative expression of self. We receive these ideas, these inspirations, and that comes from our connection to our spirit, to source. And so when we're in a space of allowing, we can bring that through. And that's possible for us now, and more so than it ever has been in the past several thousand years. And so I think there's just a little more light language where we can really anchor into new earth, anchor into new creation, and that co-creative relationship with our physical self, our spirit self, and the universe. So let's step into the new reality. Etanare eshatia taneme era shotorirama ara etanoku usatanama ara kiatare ika. You are already here. You are already connected. So everything in the way of that. And then so we're going to kind of circle back here. So everywhere we have felt disempowered and victimized. So anywhere you've dealt with this experience of being oppressed, where you didn't feel you had choice. So there's this energy of hopelessness, helplessness. And, if we're in that state of being, how could we create, right? Because we're feeling this constriction, this confinement. So everywhere there's this karmic or past traumatic experiences that perpetuates our belief that we are victims and not powerful creators. Okay, so this is the, I can't do it, or it's just not possible because, I've been disempowered, I've been oppressed. So let's breathe that and bring that up to clear out. And as we're clearing this out, I'm also just hearing to just really be so gentle and nurturing to the part of us that didn't feel safe. E koro shari soki O mayari toresha soa te ku amokwa. Ere soresha moresho talari koreshe somaya. Oa oa telere sonamayari. Oa moresho eteleya omai. And I was hearing it's safe for you to be free. Sometimes when we've been in this space of confinement or this victim energy so long, we don't know what it's like on the other side because it's a big change. And so there's, a worry or a concern about leaving what is known and what is comfortable. So it is safe to be free. It is safe to, express and explore. It is safe to shine. It is safe to create. It is safe to be this really dynamic expression of yourself in a way that is brilliant and bright and shining. And that's where we can tap our creation capacity. From this place, of feeling, energized and powerful and strong. And so it is from this place that creates the greatest alignment for us to manifest. Because if we are creating from lack, if we're creating from fear, I've got to get some more. If we're creating from not enough, those are the kind of energies that pull us out of the vibrational alignment of receiving. So again, your natural birthright is to be in that creation space and receiving. And so everything that everywhere we're hiding ourselves, protecting ourselves, controlling ourselves, let's bring it all up, clear out. The next energy that's coming up is where we are, where we're not really creating for ourselves, but we're really accommodating to the people around us. So this is about people pleasing. This is about not rocking the boat in our relationships. This is again like a level of safety where we're more attached to receiving approval or keeping the people around us comfortable. So if we're acquiescing or compromising ourselves to make sure other people are comfortable, that's also a level of control and protection that restricts our capacity of creation. So everything that is, can we begin to bring all that up? Everywhere you've lost sight of yourself and everywhere you've given your power away. Etora para shotorianama orakuturu orasanaria satara araketane etama atanaya tarianama orapatari okoroshu. Etoroya sataria mere esotoria araketana araketu oraketi. Etoroyanama ara shotorianama ara shutria sotorukore etanama ara shotoro korekietani kieta. Elahare etono ore shato nama asotoria tanama ari etoria nama ara kotoro repatanamara shatoria nama are kietanaya etana are shotoriana yetoro ore ketanama ore kushaniana me kietanayaki. So we can certainly explore the myriad of blocks, thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, and the experiences that we hold that prevent us from manifesting. And certainly we will continue to clear these out as we go through this course. However, we want to also direct our attention and our consciousness to creation itself, right? And so if the blocks come up, we want to stay in awareness of them, but we also don't want to just keep looking at, what's in the way. We can redirect our attention to what can I create? What do I want to create? What feels really light and expansive for me? And if something comes up as a roadblock and we have the awareness of it, we can release it. And we'll talk about that in another video. But for now, for the rest of this connection that we're having right now, I'm feeling that we want to bring in our creator capacity in a way that is unique to you. And so what I'm hearing is we all have these unique keys and codes that are innate in our own being, that what's the word? That help us to align with our natural state of creation. Okay, so I can't remember the word I was hearing, but let's bring in the keys and the codes of creation that are unique to you. So let's, if we're optimizing DNA, or we're just kind of unlocking and turning things on or turning things off, what can we do to really turn on your creation, your manifesting? What codes can you receive and unlock so that you can really be in the fullest expression of your manifestations? Okay. Dikua shaya de shayana yashare sharumara shoturia sadayato urukuta nariato korapatanera satarira araketanayato ki ukura hanama ara shotoria sanara aratanayakur kuishiyama uturu shanayata kota satara araketana yatoro rapatanama araria shotoria sotoria arakietane me irukua. Ikore shetanama arashutoriara satara haraketana araki itorunyanama araku urusu armor soturunya itorunyanama arianamur unyanama okunya atanaraki itonama aria shotoria areko rushu nama sata yeshua. Breathe into the sacral chakra in the lower belly and just kind of fill it up with light so we can really bring the light in our attention to the womb of creation, whether you're male or female, the womb of creation that exists within you. Korapada aroshotoriara sotoriara merekatoria arakunduru koroshotoriara koro ma arashotoria sotoriane dikiata anamakor kwa shataria sotoriniara arkiatria makwa. Okay. So there's definitely more for us to clear on that, but let's also really begin to play with creation. So I will be providing you with different exercises, tools, and techniques where you can practice creation. And in the meantime, what I recommend for you to do is to begin to play with creating. Now, I'm not talking about manifesting per se. It is a form of manifestation. I'm talking about more of just creative expression, art, drawing, dance, singing, writing, any way in which you create, building something. So just feel into what would be really fun, what would be really playful and light for you to create. Like, we're not making this heavy, we're just really wanting to turn on our creation capacities, and we can do that by beginning to generate the energy of creation. It could just be picking up a piece of paper with a pen and doodling, okay? Anything that's going to get those juices flowing. So that's your homework for today. And again, we will definitely continue to clear some of the energies that are in the way of our being the most powerful manifestors that we are. Okay, sending lots of love. We'll see you soon.